Hello friends, welcome back. This is the third lesson in our comprehensive prompt engineering course. In the last lesson we took a look at iterative prompting and how crafting out a prompt step by step, reviewing each iteration can make for much more successful prompts. So today we're going to be adding to our existing knowledge and we're going to be looking at how to craft powerful prompts, looking at structure, techniques and best practices. So like I said, we're going to be looking at prompt structure, we're going to be looking at chain of thought prompting, and we're going to be looking at the templates and best practices. So first of all, understanding the anatomy of a prompt. Role or context. So we need to specify who the AI should be or the setting that it's operating in. This is otherwise known as a persona. Objective, the task you want to accomplish. Any constraints or limitations on style, tone and length. And also the format, how you want the output to be structured. Again, bullet points, numbered lists, paragraphs, etc. So you need to think of your prompt like a blueprint for a house. You have the context, which is likened to the location and environment, the objective, the number of rooms and style, the constraints, the budget, the building codes, etc., and the format, final layout, floor plans. If any piece is unclear, the contractor, in this case the AI, might deliver an unexpected design. Common prompt structures, system versus user messages. So when we say system message, this sets the stage for the AI. It's like an overarching instruction or policy. Here's an example. You are a helpful coding assistant that explains solutions to beginners in simple, friendly languages. Simple, friendly language. So the system message is essentially, who do you want the system to be? What persona, what role do you want the system to take on? The user message. This is the direct prompt or question from the user. Example, explain how to create a Hello World app in Python step by step. So the role, the system message or the system user will be a helpful coding assistant, and then we ask this system user to then create a Hello World app in Python step by step. Assistant message or model response. So sometimes you can also give a model response to the AI so it knows exactly how you want to format the answers, what the AI outputs in reply to the user. We don't typically write these, but they are a part of the conversation flow. But yeah, like I said, you can give an example to the AI so it knows exactly how you want the output to be. But we'll cover that more in subsequent lessons. Again, role prompting. So first, we're going to set the role, explicitly define who the AI should pretend to be. Provide context. You can give more background information relevant to this role. We should also define the audience, specify who this response is for, whether it's for parents, whether it's for teenagers, whether it's for health enthusiasts, whatever it may be. And this is going to get us the best tailored results. Right, chain of thought prompting. What is chain of thought? Chain of thought prompts encourage the AI to think aloud or show its reasoning step by step. By guiding the model to outline its thought process, you often get more accurate or detailed responses. So here's an example of a simple prompt versus a chain of thought prompt. Solve this riddle. A doctor and a bus driver are both in love with the same woman. The bus driver has to go on a long bus trip that lasts a week. Before he left, he gave the woman 7 apples. Why? The AI might respond with a guess, but it could be incomplete. An improved approach using chain of thought prompting would be solve this riddle step by step, detailing your reasoning at each stage. And then you repeat the same question. A doctor and a bus driver are both in love with the same woman. The bus driver has to go on a long bus trip that lasts a week. Before he left, he gave the woman 7 apples. Why? And now, because you use chain of thought prompting, saying step by step, the AI will likely come up and conclude with a better answer. Hopefully, it knows that the answer should be that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. He gave her 7 apples, so she'd stay away from the doctor for 7 days. The AI might not get this answer, but it will definitely have a much better shot. But let's let's give it a try. The bus driver gave the woman 7 apples because of the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. By giving her 7 apples, 1 for each day, he'll be gone. He's playfully ensuring that the doctor stays away from her while he's on his trip. Okay, so in this case, the AI has perfectly gotten the answer perfectly correct at the right time. Let's just, for argument's sake, or example's sake rather, add in some chain of thought prompting to the equation. And there we go. So it's broken it down into each step to arrive at the final answer. The bus driver gave the woman because of the saying. So because this is a more advanced version of ChatGPT, it seems to have automatically done this process in the back end, but sometimes it won't. So if you find yourself getting an answer that is not correct, especially when it comes to math equations or math problems, sometimes the AI can derive at the wrong answer, especially if it's like a multiple step equation or math problem. It can oftentimes arrive at the wrong answer. And so saying step by step and to show you're working out is a good way to mitigate getting the wrong answer in those cases. So I strongly again encourage you to try it out again for yourself. Right, structuring prompts with templates. So again, we're going to specify a role, which would be the system message and the user message of essentially what we want the AI to do. So first we're going to set a role. So this is a template that you can use. You are a, and fill in a role here. We can say you are a cognitive psychologist who communicates in, and specify a tone here. Let's say a warm and friendly tone, or clear and concise tone. And your task is to, and we give a summary of an objective that we want to be achieving, whether that's to help people with depression. So let's give this a go. So you are a cognitive psychologist who communicates in a clear, calm, and concise tone. Your task is to help people struggling with depression. Struggling. Okay. And then the user message. I want you to add more detailed instructions. Please include, you can add on your specific constraints and also the format. So initially, remember what we discussed in previous lessons. We want to simply give the AI a draft, and we can then further use iterative prompting to craft the outcome step by step to get the best possible answer, because it already might give us a wonderful answer that we don't need to tweak at all. So let's just see what it gives us. If you are someone you know is struggling with depression, I'm here to help. in a calm, clear, and supportive way. Understanding depression. Depression is more than just feeling sad. It can affect your thoughts, emotions, energy levels, and daily life. It's important to recognize that you are not alone and help is available. Practical steps to cope. If you are feeling overwhelmed, consider these steps. Talk to someone you trust, whether it's a close friend, family member, or professional. Sharing your feelings can ease the burden. Focus on small wins, even small accomplishments like getting out of bed, taking a shower, matter, and so you should celebrate them. Stay active, limit isolation. You are not alone. Depression can feel isolating. Okay, no problem. So this prompt is not bad. This answer, sorry, is not bad, but it's not perfect. So let's see if we can tweak this. Let's say this is good. Give the AI some praise, so it's nice. This is good. However, I want you to, let's say, I want you to tailor the message to a 16-year-old girl who has recently gone through a breakup. So now we've given it some more context. We've given it the audience, 16-year-old girl, and we've given it some more detail. Someone who's recently gone through a breakup. I'm really sorry you're going through this. A breakup can be incredibly painful, especially when emotions feel overwhelming. But please know that your feeling is valid and you're not alone. Why you feel this way? Losing someone who is important to you, whether they were your first love or just someone special, can feel like losing a part of yourself. It's normal to feel sad, hurt, or even lost. Your emotions are real and they matter. How can you start healing? Here are some small but important steps to help you move forward. Let yourself feel. It's okay to cry, to be angry, or to feel confused. Suppressing emotions only makes them stronger. Give yourself permission to grieve. Write it out. Journaling can help process your thoughts, even if it's messy. Putting your feelings into words can bring clarity and relief. Take a social media break. Seeing updates about your ex can make healing harder. Consider muting or unfollowing them, even temporarily, to protect your heart. Lean on friends and family. You don't have to go through this alone. Talking to someone who cares about you, whether it's a friend, sibling, or parent, can make a huge difference. Remember who you are. You were you before this relationship, and you are still you now. Do things that make you happy, whether it's music, art, sports, or simply taking a walk outside. It will get better. Right now, it might feel like the pain will never go away, but I promise in time it will. Each day, even if it's just a little, you will start to feel lighter. You are strong, you are worthy, and you will love again. If you want to talk more about what you're feeling, I'm here to listen. Thought I'd just read that whole thing out because, maybe someone is going through a bad breakup. So there you go. Here's some calm AI, cognitive, psychological advice for you. But yeah, as you can see, this answer is a lot more tailored, is a lot better, and we can further constrain it. We can further tweak it again by offering some more iterations. So let's see. We can say, give the AI some praise again. This is good. It's good. However, I want you to include some parables and real life examples, or real life / relatable examples. Relatable examples. You can also say, so remember, we don't want to make too many changes, so we can say that, and let's make one more change, and we'll say also format this in chronological actionable steps. Here we go. Step 1. Let yourself feel. The rain must fall before the sun shines. When a storm comes, do you try to stop the rain? No, because that's impossible. The only way through it is to wait, knowing that the sun will return. Your emotions are like a storm right now. Right now they may feel overwhelming, but you have to let yourself feel them before they can pass. What to do now? Allow yourself to cry, write, scream into a pillow, whatever helps you release your emotion. Talk to someone you trust, a friend, a sibling, parent, or even a journal. Remind yourself, this pain is temporary, it will not last forever. Real life example, Sarah, a 17-year-old girl, went through her first breakup and felt completely lost. At first she tried to pretend she was fine, but sadness kept creeping in. When she finally allowed herself to cry and vent to her best friend, she realised that letting it out helped her start to heal. Don't know if that's a real example, Sarah, but as you can see, maybe this is something a lot better that you like. Or maybe we might say this is too much information, or perhaps we might say you don't really like the real life example. You want the real life example of a celebrity, for example, someone that we actually know. I like this, but include real life of celebrities / well-known people and not random people. Let's have a look. Alright, so when Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber broke up, she was heartbroken. She later admitted in interviews that it took time to process the pain. Instead of bottling up, she let herself feel, heal and grow. She put her emotions into music, and today she's stronger and more confident than ever. After breaking up with Joe Jonas, Taylor Swift didn't dwell on the past. She used the experience to fuel her creativity. She wrote songs that resonated with millions of people and turned heartbreak into art instead of holding onto the past. She let it inspire her future. Interesting. Okay, cool. Not saying that you should use all these people as role models for healing your heartbreak, but I think justice has been served in this case, showing the power of, again, iterative prompting and the power of persona. Right, and we can say, perhaps this advice is good, but we want to understand more about the neuroscience behind it. So I could say, this is good, but take an approach where you delve more into helping me understand the neuroscience behind what I'm feeling. Also keep the answer, so adding constraints now. Also keep the answer no more than 500 words. So make it concise. And there you go. Why does a breakup feel like pain? When you're in love, your brain releases dopamine and oxytocin, chemicals that create happiness, bonding and security. This is why love feels addictive. It literally stimulates the brain's reward system, the same system activated by sugar, drugs or winning a game. But when the relationship ends, your brain reacts as if it's going through withdrawal. The anterior cingulate cortex, the part of your brain responsible for physical pain, becomes highly active. This is why a breakup feels like a deep ache in your chest. It's not just in your head, it is in your nervous system, and so on and so on. Very interesting stuff there. And then it gives some tips and nice steps there. And so perhaps this is more the response that you're going for. Last but not least, we can say, for example, this is great. Praising the AI. Take this information and format it into a script for a YouTube video. Let's say, if I spot information right, it would be perfect. And then look, you've got a nice little YouTube script, so it tells you, okay, play some soft background music, intro, cut to host sitting in a cozy setup with warm lighting, a title overlay appears, why your breakup hurts, and how to heal faster. Hey guys, if you're watching this, chances are you're going through a breakup, or maybe you're just curious about why heartbreak feels so painful. Either way, today we're breaking down the science behind heartbreak and, more importantly, how you can heal faster using actual neuroscience. Stick around because by the end of this video you'll understand why your brain is making you feel this way and what you can do to start feeling better starting right now. Music fades out, da 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 da, and then look, beautiful. Wonderful little YouTube video there for you. Wonderful, right? And so, yep, moving on. So, here's a practical example, perhaps for you to try at home. You're a professional novel writer. Write a short description of a bustling city. I'll say we start this together now. So, you're a professional novel writer. So we're going to start this now, and you can continue this at home. You're a professional novel writer. That's the persona. And write a short description of a bustling city. Let's see what it comes up with. So remember the formula. First we start out very simple. Just give it a draft. Simply what we want it to do. Not overloading the model. And this is what it's come up with. The city hums with life, a symphony of footsteps, car horns and distant sirens blending into a restless rhythm. Neon signs flicker against the twilight, their reflection shimmering in puddles from an afternoon rain. Street vendors call out their wares, etc., etc. So, one thing that we could do, instead of just saying you're a professional novel writer, let's give it a proper persona. So we can, let's say, in the style, this is good, but write this in the style of Ernest Hemingway. The city moved fast, cars honked. People walked with their heads down, eyes fixed on their own destinations. A man sold roasted chestnuts from a cart, the smoke curling into the cold evening air. Neon signs flickered in the puddles on the pavement. The rain had stopped, but the street still smelled of it. Wet stone, oil, something metallic. A woman in a red coat crossed against the light. A cab swerved. She didn't look up. So now you can see this is much more, this is something, that you could actually use as a scene in a book, and it sounds brilliant in contrast to the first one that we got, but it's including all the same information, but just simply by giving it a persona in the style of Ernest Hemingway, we can see the amazing transformation that's taken place. And you could do the same with our above example of a cognitive psychologist. We could have referenced an actual cognitive psychologist, such as Aaron T. Beck, for example, who is a pioneer in the space of depression, and perhaps we would have got a much more tailored answer. So, yeah, I would suggest for you to continue this prompt at home and see where you can get with it. So, common pitfalls and best practices. Overwhelming the AI with multiple objectives at once, or vague instructions like explain this with no context, and leaving tone and style unspecified. Some solutions is, of course, to break it down or use separate prompts for separate tasks. Provide the context, more levels of detail, target audience, and the format. And also state things clearly. Write in a fun, witty tone, or maintain a serious academic style. Best practices: combine chain of thought with iterative prompting. Ask for step-by-step reasoning. Review the output and refine your prompt or context, and then ask again. Remember, step-by-step reasoning is especially helpful if you are expecting a certain answer, or if it's like a math problem, then ask the AI to show it's working out, or to think step by step. Keep system messages consistent for an entire session. And if you're frequently changing the system instructions, your AI's personality or vantage point might become inconsistent. So tend to stick to one persona for one chat, or for one series of iterations that you are doing. So don't say become a cognitive psychologist and then change your persona, as the AI may get confused. Okay,